Godzilla then attacks a nuclear power plant, and he goes straight for that red and white striped smokestack. But I guess he was more hungry for nuclear energy. Whereas the Dragon Zord, whenever he got to those smokestacks, he would always bite it. Maybe he thought it was a giant candy cane. I don't know. Now it's Radventure time. Let's kick it into action. All right, you rascals, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about Godzilla 1985. Not to be confused with Return of Godzilla. So basically when Return of Godzilla came out in the 80s, the American version, they had to do their American thing. And I wanted to do this 1985 version because I know there's like the more common dub now is just like an English dub of the actual movie. But I wanted to do this version specifically because it's kind of like Power Rangers, basically. It's got American footage mixed with Japanese footage. Two varying degrees of success. And so if you're not aware, when Godzilla was first, the original Godzilla from 1954, when they originally did English dub of it, they also added some American footage with the actor Raymond Burr. And he basically just plays a reporter who's sort of reacting to all the Japanese footage. So when they were doing an English dub of the new movie Return of Godzilla, they thought, hey, why don't we bring back Raymond Burr, And but they didn't just bring back Raymond Burr. They also did some other things, which we're gonna get to. Oi, mate, yeah, that's right. Oh, I love me some Godzilla. He's a great villain. Well, I don't know if I'd consider him a villain. In this one specifically, he's a little more villainish, but this movie was sort of like a reboot. They had done all those like Showa movies where, you see there's that famous image of Godzilla like using his atomic breath, like go back, like you can see it here. They had gotten into some goofy moments. So this was sort of like a way to like bring him back. Like Godzilla is a menace once again. But still, I wouldn't necessarily call him a villain so much as he's like a force of nature. Oi, mate, what was that? Anyways, so let's start with Godzilla, 1985. So we start on this dark, stormy night where a fishing boat encounters the one and only Godzilla. But before you get too invested in that, we've got to cut to Raymond Burr, our American actor reprising his role from the original American dub of Godzilla. And we see a close-up of his eyes. Ooh, so mysterious. And that's it. Why is this scene here? I guess just to establish that they have him back. But because the scenes were added after the whole movie was already filmed, they just sort of wedge his scenes in like wherever they can. So anyways, back to the real movie. The same movie, back to the same movie. There's this reporter named Maki, and he's investigating the shipwreck, and he's like sort of like stumbling through it like one of Michael Myers' little haunted house setups. Like whenever he does like after he kills some people, he'll set them up like a haunted house, like they come out of like cabinets or they're like posed in chairs and are on the bed and stuff. So apparently this like giant mutated sea louse did all that. Or I guess we can assume that he just killed them in those positions, but whatever. So it looks like everyone's been killed by this like giant mutated sea louse that came, I guess it was feeding off of Godzilla's like radiated body and it got mutated. But the sea louse starts to lunge at Maki and kill him, but luckily, there is a survivor on the ship. His name is Kenny, and he lets Maki know what happened. So anyways, the Japanese government wants to keep Godzilla's return a secret, although in Japan, the title's literally Return of Godzilla, so come on, kind of obvious. But anyways, so this means that Maki can't publish his story. And this is how you know it's fiction, of course, because the media wouldn't just keep such important information secret from people. Because, like they have like journalistic I'm sorry, I couldn't even finish that sentence without laughing. So Maki goes to somebody who knows about Godzilla, and he has some history with him. He lets him know that Godzilla is basically indestructible.
Godzilla is more like a nuclear weapon.
Nuclear weapon?
A living nuclear weapon. Destined to walk the earth forever. Indestructible. A victim of the modern nuclear age.
He's indestructible.
Absolutely. Godzilla's impervious to all weapons.
So are you saying he's... Maki recognizes Kenny's sister and sort of starts to like rizz her up a bit, and he also lets her know that Kenny is still alive, even though he's not supposed to, but like, you know, like I said, he likes this girl apparently. I mean, and it's the right thing to do, of course. So Godzilla's just bopping around underwater, and in his path he ends up destroying a Soviet submarine, and they of course think that it's the Americans who did it. So we cut to this Dr. Pepper commercial, and the Americans are discussing what has happened with Godzilla, and they're like saying, yeah, no, this wasn't us. And so now there's this big creature just fumbling its way through life, not really thinking about the consequences of his actions, and basically about to cause World War III. And so Japan finally has to admit that Godzilla was responsible to try and avoid any miscommunication between Russia and the United States.
The only way we can be absolutely certain of destroying Godzilla is by using nuclear weapons.
Gentlemen, Japan has a firm nuclear policy. We will not make, possess, or allow nuclear weapons.
Godzilla then attacks a nuclear power plant, and he goes straight for that red and white striped smokestack. But I guess he was more hungry for nuclear energy. Whereas the Dragon Zord, whenever he got to those smokestacks, he would always bite it. Maybe he thought it was a giant candy cane, I don't know. So then the professor shows Maki a scan of Godzilla's brain, and he says it's similar to that of a bird. And of course he mansplains that birds and dinosaurs are closely related.
They are. Yes, Paloma.
So the professor realizes that if they can duplicate the sound of birds chirping, they might be able to redirect where Godzilla's going, since he has a sort of natural inclination just to follow the birds, apparently. So then they start showing some clips from the original Godzilla movie.
Damage during his 1956 visit was in the billions.
Remember Godzilla? I mean, the planes couldn't stop him. The atom bomb couldn't stop him. Hell, Nancy Reagan couldn't stop him. But you get him in front of one high power line.
I love this part. So some air fighters are attacking Godzilla, and then he just like face plants into the water. But anyways, Godzilla starts attacking Tokyo, and the Joker from the American footage says,
That's quite an urban renewal program they got going over there.
And I love how Raymond Burr's character just sort of like shakes his head like, these Jokers, come on, this is serious. But that is one thing I like about this version of the movie. I mean, like, I'm sure the current, like, the more recent dub is better than this, probably, like, better acted, better all over without the, like, random American scenes. But yeah, I just love the contrast of, like, the American footage with, like, the lighter tone and the sort of, like, comedic tone, the Dr. Pepper commercial. Like, I don't know. It just makes me feel like, it's more like Power Rangers, which I like. Me after work. So the professor plans to lure Godzilla away with the bird sounds, and it actually works, and Godzilla starts heading away from Tokyo. And then we cut back to the American footage where Joker here takes a sip of his Dr. Pepper. I'm pretty sure that's an important scene, so I wanted to make sure to include it because it seems like a very, that's going to be pivotal, I'm sure. But yeah, they use the signal to lure Godzilla into a volcano, and they set off some explosives, and Godzilla is defeated. And I just love that after watching this, you can just see like how much Zyuranger it was inspired by this movie. So like, I mean, I already mentioned the whole like Godzilla and Dragon Zord like both doing something with the smokestack. Dragon Zord himself is basically Godzilla or like Mecha Godzilla. But then also this scene here where Godzilla is like falling into the volcano is like very reminiscent of what happens to the Zords when they get destroyed in Power Rangers, or more accurately in Zyuranger. But yeah, like that red glow, the sort of like sinking down. It's like, oh, like I always thought that scene looked cool in Power Rangers / Zyurangers, but you can tell like this is definitely sort of inspired from Godzilla. And then Raymond Burr kind of wraps it up with like some sort of like heavy narration that wasn't there in the original movie, but it's whatever. But yeah, that's Godzilla 1985. And yeah, it was pretty fun. Love it. I love this sort of like these sort of like 90s ones. It was like a sort of resurgence of Godzilla, and it just like really brought like, I just really love this version specifically. Like I love all the Showa stuff too, and I might end up doing some of those. They're a little bit older, but they were still like always on TV as a kid, so it's still sort of nostalgic to me. But like especially I remember like the one with like Minya was like always on TV. Like I'm like, why is it like, it looks so goofy, and it is admittedly, but I was just like, really, like this kid-sized Godzilla, like I don't know, it just seems so weird, but also that seems like it could be fun to watch.
Yeah, mate, it's a pretty good movie. And speaking of Godzilla, wasn't he on his way here?
Oh yeah, is that what that was? Yeah, I thought I heard something, but yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
Oi, mate, it looks like it's getting pretty close.
I mean, okay, what are we supposed to do? Evacuate or something?
Oi, Godzilla, leave us alone. Hey, what are you doing?
Just let him have it. Come on. It's Godzilla.
All right, mate, whatever. Had I known all he wanted was a soda, I could have gotten him one from the fridge.
Well, he's got yours now, and you can go get yourself another one.
Whatever, mate.
All right, well, bye, Godzilla. It was great having you. Please don't destroy the city too much, because I got to get to work. Wait, this is my job, isn't it? I don't know. All right, everybody. Don't forget to hit the like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. I know YouTubers always say this, but so many of the viewers of the videos aren't actually subscribed, but that little metric does help. So, what's it gonna hurt you? Just hit the subscribe button. You'll be fine. And if you appreciate the work I do here, you can click the link in the description to buy me a coffee. Every little bit helps. But until next time, everybody, see ya!